guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kay and this is All Things Kay, and I want to thank you so much for joining me on another video. Well guys, this is another 3 looks 1 palette, and in this video I am featuring the Oden's Eye times Angelica Nyqvist. This is the Hella palette, and this is a collaboration. This is another installment in the Legendary Diversa collection, which I also have, where they collab with different influencers. So this time it's Angelica, and this has been all the raves, and I am so excited to finally have it in my hands. Let's jump into this palette. This palette comes with a sleeve that is black and that has black and white artwork, and then the palette itself has the color to that artwork, which I think is really neat. And it also comes with a ribbon that has the same idea, the color on one side and then the black and white version on the other side. Where the other Diversa collections came with scarves, this one comes with a ribbon. So let me read Angelica's thoughts about this palette, and I will insert some close-up pictures and swatches in the meantime. According to Angelica, she wrote on the card here, for this palette I had a vision of warm but still different color story that would suit both lovers of colors and lovers of neutrals. I wanted to create a color story I myself wish I had in my collection and that I wanted to share with you. Thank you for supporting this collaboration. I hope you'll have as fun with this palette as I have had. Love, Oden's Eye times Angelica. So as you guys can see, it's just like she said, it's a pretty neutral up top and then colorful palette on the bottom. One thing I know about Oden's Eye, after working with their formula initially with the original Legendary Diversa collection, is that their mattes are pigmented and they're buildable, and their shimmers, if you use your finger, I feel like it kind of feels like you're having hard pan, but if you use a flat shader brush like a MAC 239S, they pick up beautifully and you don't even have to use a glitter glue for them to show up. So I love the Oden's Eye formula, and I definitely had to pick up this palette because the color story is very unique. I don't have anything like this in my collection. Another difference with this palette is that the first set of palettes in the Legendary Diversa collection had 12 shadows and this one has 16, so you get more shadows. So I would leave Angelica's video explaining her whole inspiration and thought behind this palette down in the description section, because she explained it really well. I don't know much about this type of mythology, so she will explain everything really well, so I'll leave that down below. Okay, so this is look number 1 using this palette, and if you guys are interested in seeing how I came up with this look, stay tuned and keep watching. so you guys just saw how I put together this look using the Hella palette, and you guys know I love deep smoky looks, so I had to play with this bottom half of the palette. My favorite color in this palette, hands down, is River. That is my favorite shade. I use that on the inner portion of my lid, and it is everything. I love the shifts in it. It is a beautiful, beautiful color. So let's move on to look number 2 using this beautiful palette. Look using the Oden's Eye and Angelica palette. This is the Hella palette, and I stuck to the top portion of the palette in this look, these 2 rows here, and played with the greens. Y'all know I had to play with the greens. The greens in here are really nice. There's different tones of greens. You have the neon greens, the forest greens, the mustardy type greens. That's what I used in the inner portion of the look. That shade is called Underworld, which is this one. And then I love this dark green here, which I can't pronounce the name of it, so yeah. I really like that dark green. That's what I used in the outer portion of the eye look and wrapped it around the lower lash line. The lower lash line, I used both of these greens here just to buff out the lower lash line, and then I brought in double-sided this shimmer down at the bottom here, just on the inner portion of the lower lash line, just to add a little pop of color. I didn't want to wrap the green all the way around, but I love the way the look came out. I love doing these cut creases. I feel that they fit my eye shape really, really well. And this look is bomb. I definitely am enjoying using this palette. Everything else that's on my face, you guys know, will be listed down in the description section, so you guys can see what my lip combo is, the blush, the foundation, and everything that I have on that pull this look together. And I am excited to jump into the next look, so let's go on and jump into look number 3 using the Oden's Eye times Angelica Hella palette.
You got me feeling like there's no one other than you who can make me lose.
final look using the Odin's Eye times Angelica Hella palette, and this is the final look, and I'm loving it. I don't usually play with pinks that much, and this is gonna make me play with pinks more, especially for the spring and summer season. I just feel like I should be out and about at brunch or out with the girls with this bright pink look, or on vacation with this bright pink look. I love it. Overall, I had so much fun playing with the palette. On my skin tone, I felt that I really had to build up this pink, which is called Goddess. I had to really build it up on my skin tone to really get the depth that I wanted. But I think it looks good. It looks good. And I have to say, I was very impressed with this shade Hella, especially when I brought it in on the inner portion of my eye. It came out as a really nice pastel pink on my skin tone, and I love that. I've dealt with other pastel pinks, especially the one in the Natasha Denona Circle Loco palette. That pastel pink is so hard to show up on my skin tone and people of color, but this pastel pink in here showed up really nicely. This whole color story is pretty unique. I mean, with the greens and the pinks and the deep colors, I would never have thought of this, but when I look at this, and if you watch Angelica Nyqvist, you know that this is her color story for sure. So she really represented herself in this palette, and I must say that I really enjoyed playing with it. This shade right here, Hellfire, is a little crumbly, so you may want to spray your brush. I didn't spray my brushes. They still built up nicely, but there was a lot of fallout. But I always do my face last, so fallout is not a problem for me. But just to let you guys know if that's a problem for you. I did notice that I did not set my base, and the shimmers were starting to crease, but I have lines on my lids, so now I know set my base when I'm using these shimmers or else they'll crease, because in the other looks they did not crease and I did set my base. But this one I wanted to do something a little bit different, so that's user error on my part. I'm sure you guys have seen so many looks. Angelica has done a ton of looks with this palette and it's all over the tube. I just wanted to add my 2 cents to the YouTube library, and I had a fun time playing with this palette, and it's definitely a palette that I'm really gonna rock this spring and summer. So I want to know, what look is your favorite look? Was it look number 1, number 2, or number 3? I want you guys to comment that down in the comment section. My favorite look was look number 1, only because my favorite color is the shade River. I love this shade right here. Hopefully it's in focus, yeah. I love this shade right here. It's my favorite shade in the whole palette, and that look, I had most of that shade all over my lids, so that's why that's my favorite look. But I want to know what you guys think. That brings us to the end of the video. If you like these types of videos, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to your girl, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified at every single upload. And until next time, bye guys. It's all good. It's all love.